Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome to this video. This will be a quick video guide for patch 13.13 regarding Wukong in the jungle. I'm gonna talk about what items you want to pick and what runes you want to pick on this bad boy. But before we hop into the video, make sure to follow me on Twitch. I stream on Twitch, not on a regular basis, but hey, here and then I stream on Twitch. Everybody follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. Of course, drop the subscribe button on my channel. If you have any questions, guys, let me know in the comments. I will try to answer you over there. Hey guys, if you can help me out, if you want to support my work, go ahead and become a channel member. We have currently only 6 channel members who are supporting me to the next level. So if you want to become a next level supporter, go ahead and become a channel member. It means a lot to me. It helps me a lot, boys and girls. With that being said, let's just start with the runes. So the runes you want to pick on Wukong in the jungle in patch 13.13 is Conqueror. What a surprise, huh? Conqueror is easy to stack up with Wukong. You can stack it up with your ult very fast, and you can stack it up with your autos and the auto Q reset with whenever you use your Q ability. Also, your decoy stacks up your the Conqueror, so it's very easy to stack it up with Wukong, so go for this. On the second one, we have Triumph going on, guys. Triumph will give you HP back and will give you some gold, but we don't care about the gold necessarily. We care about the 5% health that you get back after a takedown. So in early skirmishes and in a 2v1 or 2v2 situation, this rune will help you also. Go for it. On the next rune, we go for either for Legend Alacrity or Legend Tenacity, depending on the enemy team. So if you see a lot of CC on the enemy team, you want to go for Legend Tenacity. If this is not the case, guys, you can go for Legend Alacrity to get some more attack speed, which will help you out in the with the clear in the jungle, or to get your combo out very fast in team fights. Coup de Grace. Coup de Grace will help you with your ganking power, so it will add some more ganking power, because it says deal more damage to low health enemy champions, which means if you gank someone on the lane, the enemy drops low, you will do even more damage because of this rune. So it makes sense to have it. But you can also go for Last Stand, but I find Coup de Grace better than Last Stand because of the gankings. On the second tree, everybody, you want to go for Inspiration, and over there we're gonna save some money. That's right, we're gonna save some money because you don't get a lot of money in the jungle, so you want to save some money, guys. This is why we go for Magical Footwear, so we save 300G. And on the last one, we go for Cosmic Insight because we get plus 18 Summoner Spell Haste. And if we go for Ionian Boots, which will give us 20 Summoner Spell Haste, we will get a lot of spell haste. Talking about 38 spell haste, guys. So this means you can smite more often than the enemy jungler, you can flash more often than anyone else in the game. So it really helps out for Wukong in the jungle. On the last 3 little ones, guys, you want to not go for Adaptive Force. I recommend you to go for the attack speed rune over here, especially if you have Tenacity, Legend Tenacity on this one, so you don't have any attack speed. I recommend to go for this attack speed. If you go for Legend Alacrity, you can still, it can still remain like this, but you can go for Adaptive Force if you go for Legend Alacrity and you don't like the attack speed rune over here. On the next one, it's Adaptive Force, of course. And on the last one, I like to go for the health scaling rune. It will give you 15 in the early and 140 in the late game, which means you are getting a ruby crystal for free. And as I said before, we like free stuff, man. We have to save because we are playing Wukong in the jungle. You don't get a lot of money, so hey, there you go. You get boots for free and a ruby crystal for free. We take those. Alright, now we're gonna continue with the items, guys. The items on Wukong in patch 13.13. I like to go for the green jungler item, a Moss Stomper Seedling, because it gives you tenacity and a shield. I like shields, man. I like to have shields because they suck damage, and because of the 20% tenacity you get from that. So if you go for this jungler item, which will give you 20 tenacity, and the rune Legend Tenacity instead of Legend Alacrity, you don't have to go for mercs, alright? But if you see a lot of AP in the enemy team, if you see a lot of CC in the enemy team, okay, talking about 3 or 4 AP damage dealers on the enemy team, I would recommend to go for mercs. And because you get how much tenacity? 30% tenacity for mercs. I would not go for the Rune Legend tenacity. I would switch then to Legend Alacrity, because I have 30% over here, and then I have 20% over here, which will get me to 50%. I think you cannot get to 50% tenacity though. So it's around 44%, I think 45% tenacity, which will give you these two items. So you don't have to go for Legend tenacity, the Rune, okay? This will be just wasted. And you don't want to waste any resources on Wukong jungle. You need any resources that you can get. So if this is the case, again, I'll repeat myself here. If you see a lot of AP damage dealers on the enemy team, CC/CC, you go for this anyways. This will give you 20% tenacity anyways. You pick then mercs, which will get you to estimated 44% tenacity. You don't go for Legend tenacity, okay? Go for the Rune Legend Alacrity. All right. So with that being said, let's talk about the other starting items. You want to go for, of course, a health potion, okay? And you want to go for a stealth ward in the beginning. And I like to use the stealth ward to invade and shit, but I will show you that in a bit. And later on, after your first back, you switch over to Oracle Lens, and this will make ganking easier. So this is why you do this, okay? Do it. It's so good. It makes ganking so easy. Your first item back should be like this. So if you cleared your jungle, you did some ganks probably and killed someone probably. Then you have some money, you know, you go for these items first, okay, in this order. I like to do this in this order, okay? Not Sheen the first item, more like double longswords, okay? Double longswords first, and then I go for Sheen after, if I have enough money. If this is not the case, I go for double longsword, okay? Into Sheen, which will go into Kindle Gym, and this will end up in the mythic item. And the mythic item you want to pick on Wukong is not Trinity Force, it's not anything else but mythic, about Divine Sundra. It's made for Wukong, go for it. I promise you, it's the best mythic item on Wukong, go for it. It's literally, it's made for Wukong. The writer who came up with the idea of Divine Sundra, he was probably a Wukong main. He did the item for Wukong, you know what I'm saying? Second item, go for Black Cleaver. Some of you might say, what if there are no tanks at all in the game? Do I still go for Black Cleaver? And I say always yes, because Black Cleaver, even though it's not going to shred a lot of armor in the game without having any tanks on the enemy team, yes, but still it's such a good item for Wukong because it gives you everything you need on Wukong. This is the point of this item. So even though if I don't get to shred a lot of armor in the game, because I don't have a lot of tanks in the game, enemy team, I still go for this item because it gives you 50 attack damage, which is a lot. 50 attack damage is a lot, man. 400 health, which is also a lot, which means sustain. It scales with your passive, so this means you heal more because of this. And you get 30 ability haste, which is so good on Wukong to have that. So then I made a little change. I like to go for Sterox Gauge instead of Death Dance. How much is, look, attack damage of Death Dance is 55 attack damage, okay? 15 ability haste. Alright, so probably heard some Wukong mains saying if there are no tanks, you don't have to go for Black Cleaver, you can go for Death Dance. It might be true, but this is just what I like to do, okay? I like to go for these two items. I think these two items are the core items on Wukong, and you should go for these two items no matter what. This is just my opinion. If you have another opinion, let me know in the comments, guys. I would like to read from you, and I would like to learn from you, of course, okay? So yeah, Sterox Gauge, this is what I like to do lately. And my fourth item would be then Death Dance. Here's the thing, okay, before I forget this, okay. If I have mixed damage on the enemy team, means I have a physical damage and AP damage on the enemy team, I like to go for Sterox Gauge. If I see a lot of AP on the enemy team, you don't go for Sterox Gauge. I'm talking about like 3 or 4 AP damage dealers on the enemy team, okay. Then you don't go for this, okay, you don't go for Sterox Gauge, you go for more, because you only get to choose one of these items. You might know this, right? You can only pick one of these. If you pick Sterox Gauge, you cannot pick this anymore. You cannot pick more anymore. And if you go for more, you cannot pick Sterox Gauge anymore. It's locked, okay? This is how the game works. So if there is a lot of AP damage on the enemy team, talking about 3 or 4 champions, then I go for more. If this is not the case and I have mixed damage or only physical damage, I go for storage gauge. This is really important to do, okay? This is really important. This is why I'm emphasizing on it. Think about it, okay? Think about what you need, all right? So let's put it back into that. And let's continue with the death dance. Of course, after this item comes a death dance. If it's more, then after more death dance. And the last item would be like something like either Guardian Angel if you see a lot of physical damage in the game, or you need a lot of second life. If you see yourself being the most OP carry and you have to have a second life, go for Guardian Angel. If this is not the case and you see a lot of healing action going on the enemy team, then I recommend you to go for Campunk to reduce the healing of the enemy team. For boots, as I said before, you want to go for mercs if you see a lot of CC/AP on the enemy team. If this is not the case, you can go for plated steel caps if you see a lot of physical damage. If you don't need these items, if you don't need one of these 2 boots, you can go for even Ionian boots. I go for Ionian boots whenever I see myself super ahead and I see the enemy team super behind, and I'm very sure that I will win the game. And because the enemy team is so far behind that they cannot do any damage at this point of the game, I go for Ionian boots as well. Okay, so let's talk about the skill order, guys. Something changed because we used to like put early into E some points and then we max out Q, right? This changes absolutely because they nerfed our E ability. This is why we don't have to max E anymore. We don't have to put any points into E. So if this was something that you did, stop it. We put all our points into Q. And what I like to do is I put all my points, the rest of the points, man. The second ability I like to max is W, okay? I like to have it on a very low cooldown. I like to have the damage that will give me W, the clone, more than I like the E, because you know, the damage, the monster damage is gone anyways because of the nerf, the late nerf that we received on patch 13.13. So this is the skill order that I like to max, and I can just recommend you the same, man. So with that being said, let's just go for the clear options. So everybody, what I like to do is to play Wukong very aggressive, especially in the early. So what I like to do is to go for a 3 camp clear, okay, which is you need to know where the enemy jungler starts for this, okay. So what I like to do is like 2 auto attacks and then I put a step in between, boom, and then back again. I drag him out till the circle, 2 auto attacks and then step again. So if the enemy jungler is starting at the blue over here, and I know this, and he's jungling towards his red, this is what I like to do. I like to do red. And notice how I auto attacked it first, then we do 2 auto attacks on the little ones, and that will be it. We stop attacking the little ones, because they will die because of our E. And boom, there it is. Last one is blue buff, auto attack Q into E. My journey's only beginning. We drag him out. Use our potion here. Drag him over here, so I still have my passive up. Usually the scuttler is not up. Show me the path. But this is what I like to do then. I like to invade. Okay, and here is where you need your ward. You get over here, drop the ward over here. If the jungler is still not at this point and he's somewhere around here, okay, if you see his red up, if you see his red still up, okay, this is what you do. You place the ward over here, you back off in this brush over here, or bush, whatever, okay, and you wait until the jungler comes and starts his red buff. Once you see him dropping low and you see the HP bar of the red buff dropping low, so you can smite it away at 600. Okay, so I would estimate around like 700 around 700, you just jump on both of them. You E the enemy jungler, and it will hit the red buff as well, which will get it to like 620, 630, and then you auto attack it once and smite it away. So you have the effect of surprise, okay? The effect of surprise is so strong because he does not know what's going on, and he does not know what you want for him. Do you want to kill him or do you want to steal the red buff? He does not know, and this is what the effect of surprise is, okay? So once you have this, you keep on auto attacking the enemy champion. He will probably take this way or this way, whatever. You just keep chasing him and kill him, okay? This is how I start most of my games. Once you kill them, you continue over here with this camp, okay? Continue with this camp. If you see yourself able to like land the gank on top lane because I don't know, maybe they are fighting or the enemy top lane is pushing in, you gank this after this camp, okay? This is one path I can recommend you, okay? You do the gank over there, and then you just go back and do the scuttle, okay? At this time the scuttler will be up. You do the scuttle, you look carefully on the mid lane if there is a ganking opportunity, because the enemy mid laner pushed it in and he's staying somewhere around here. You can like visit the mid lane, okay? You can visit the mid lane. If this is not the case, everybody, if it's not the case and your mid laner actually pushed in like it's in this situation right here, you still go for this road over here, okay? You still go through the mid lane, because chances are high that the enemy jungler is going to show up, or maybe you can counter gank this. But the point is, you want to have this scuttler as well, okay? And you're gonna meet probably the enemy jungler again over here, and you can fuck him up again, okay? Either you take the scuttle, or the enemy jungler shows up and you will just fight him, okay? You will just fight the enemy jungler. Carefully watch your lanes, okay? If the enemy bot lane moves, you just leave him alone. Just let him get the scuttle. If you see your bot lane having the prior here, then you fight him, of course, okay? So after this, what you want to do is like, you go for your little camps. You go for your little camps, okay? And you just clear them until over here, until the last one. You take it back, grab your items, and force Drake, okay? This is what I do. This is like most of my games is like this.
I got this.
Okay, after I bought my items and did a full clear, I go for I play around the Drake and force a Drake fight and try to get the Drake. This is what I do, okay, with all the advantages that I have, that I just build up because of my invade, and maybe a kill over here, maybe a kill over here. You don't know, maybe a kill over here. Because of that advantage that I just build up,
bring me a real
I can force easily the Drake. Even though if you don't got any kills on these lanes, okay, even though you took this path, you did what I said, okay, and you just ended up over here taking the scuttle without the enemy jungler showing up, okay, and you did your clearing then with the little camps, and you just shopped, you got your items, you still forced Drake, okay, because there's nothing else up. Nothing else is up, okay? So you play around bot lane and try to force, which means forcing Drake does not mean just randomly go into the Drake pit and just start it, and no matter what you just start it. This is not what I'm talking about, right? What I'm talking about when I say forcing Drake is you want to get your laners free time so they can help you on the Drake, which means you want to gank either this lane or this lane and try to kill them or to force them back, because once they backed, your laners can join you at the Drake and you can do the Drake. This is what I mean when I say forcing Drake, okay? And you're going to win the fights because of your advantages, okay? Wukong is strong in this phase of the game.
Show me the
with
path.
all the items that you bought, okay? It will be super good, alright? You gotta read the map though, you gotta read the game. So this is one path that I can recommend you. And there is the classy path, okay? The classical path, the classy path that I like to name it like this, okay? Which is like, you get the leash of your bot lane, which is like starting at the red buff. Alright. You head over to the Crocs, then you head over to the chicken camp, you head over to the wolf camp, you do the blue camp, Gromp camp, into Scuttle. This is like the full clear, the classy one. Okay, you will get level 4 with that. You will get I think you will get 1k gold, 1.1k gold. And yeah, that will be it. And you back after this if you cannot gank anything. Neither you can gank the top lane or mid lane, you just take it back. And then you force Drake. Okay, you're playing around the Drake. This is the second one. Alright guys, that's it. That's the Wukong updated jungle guide for patch 13.13. As I said at the beginning, let me know in the comments if you have still some questions up. I will try to answer them all. And don't forget to follow me on my socials, man. It helps me a lot, motivates me a lot, man. And with that being said, have a wonderful day. Peace.